here. Interesting. So I should be live. Okay, I'm live. Allegedly. Yes, I'm live. All right, I'm going to tweet this out because I'm just doing this random. Let's see who joins. And looks like I got some people here. What's going on? This is the most random live stream ever. I'm just doing it to do it. I have no rhyme or reason to be doing this live stream other than I want to do it. You got the bell. Well, thank you for ringing that bell. What is going on? So I have zero agenda. There's no agenda. This is just me. My entire family is gone and I'm home and I'm bored. And I don't feel like playing The Last of Us 2 right now. So I am on the stream. And Eagles fan, what is going on? You heading home from work? Arctic getting ready for bed. Yeah, you're in Ohio. So are you East Coast time? So I guess it's 10 o'clock there, right? It's getting late. And Zach, yes, I am joining IGN next Thursday. I will be on Night City Wire, their pre and post show, so I'm pretty excited about that. It's gonna be a lot of fun. So, hey, what's going on, Tanya? Nothing's going on. Absolutely nothing. I'm just on here messing around. I have been going back and forth on buying a camera. I know the camera I want to get now. I know the lens I want to get, and of course, it's not in stock. I want to get a Sony 6400. I want to just get the body because there's a Sigma lens that I want to get instead. And the lens is in stock, but the body camera is out of stock. I was hoping to get all this before Night City Wire so I could have a really nice, crisp camera. But I guess this one's okay. This is a Logitech Brio I'm on now. And obviously I got a good mic. Since you're here, Tanya, so a certain someone, and I'll tell you offline, I'm getting a cam link next week. Due to a certain someone you and I both know very well, was gracious enough to get me a cam link and an Elgato mount, but we can talk about that offline. So that'll be with the when I get that 6400 camera. Yeah, it's a funny story, Tanya. I'll tell you offline. Andrew Alliance, what's going on? Blackie, what's going on? Yeah, I'm just doing a random thing. So I get share this out. All that good stuff. Let everybody know. Cam looks better than 99% of my coworkers' webcams. Well, I mean, this is the best webcam Logitech has, the Brio. It does 4K and all that. If you got the right lighting, I guess it's okay. Like I said, I won't be ashamed to be using this camera when I do the IGN thing. Yes, Tanya, if you go to Elgato, you'll see where they have, I believe it's called the multi-mount. I mean, and you literally can mount all different kind of things using that, and one of them is to mount a mirrorless camera. So that's what I'm thinking to do. Zach, I kind of don't want to give my opinion on Last of Us 2 right now. I'll just simply say that I'm playing it. I'm not going to give an opinion yet because I don't know if it's going to change. I will just say that I'm playing it. I'll leave it at that. I don't want to sway anyone's opinion either way. But PlayStation was gracious enough to send me a code. So I got a code yesterday, and I downloaded it, and I started playing it last night, and I started playing it this morning. And I'm taking a break right now. So that's why I'm on this live stream because, yeah, that game. If you've seen the trailers and everything, you've seen the state of play. It's a very brutal game. I'll just put it that way. And Max is saying, subscribed after seeing you on Funhouse. Is YouTube the only platform I stream on? No, I am a part of Gamertag Radio, and we're actually partners on Twitch. And we have a Twitch channel, so it's twitch.tv/Gamertag Radio. I will actually, it's in my, if you look on my YouTube page, I list it all there under my Twitter handle. But yeah, we stream on Twitch, and we do the podcast live on Twitch. Right now it's been every Sunday we do it live, but typically we do 2 times a week, but with COVID, everything's been crazy. So we haven't really done a live Wednesday show in a while. I think we did one maybe a month ago, but even before that, it's been a while. But hopefully when things settle back down, we'll get back on schedule doing the live shows on Wednesday and Sunday. But Sunday, we've been pretty consistent. We won't do one this Sunday because it's Father's Day. Otherwise, we would do a live show. So we actually already have pre-recorded content that'll be coming out for the podcast on Monday next week. And what's going on, Reggie? How you doing? What's the deal with the reviewer only able to review? Again, I will just say I'm under NDA for certain things, and I will leave it at that. I'm just playing it. That's all I'm going to say. Obviously, you've seen the reviews that are already out. Most people are giving it 10 out of 10s. Skill Up, he's a very popular YouTuber. His is an opinion I highly respect. So the fact that he didn't like it, I saw his review, and I'm playing through it now, and I'm trying to decipher why he feels the way he feels. And I kind of got a feeling I know why, but again, I'm not at that point yet, so we'll see. In Maine, I bought the Cyberpunk Xbox controller, unboxed it. I shouted you out on Twitter. Oh, nice. I will have my Cyberpunk Xbox One X next week. I got word from a certain person that it will arrive next week. And when it does arrive, I'll tell that full story. Sorry to be so cryptic, but I don't want to jump the gun on certain things. I want to give people the proper credit when the time is right. Nick, this one's a little different. I don't know if you've seen the NDA for The Last of Us 2. This is a little different. This isn't typical. They're pretty strict on what they say you can and cannot talk about, especially since quote unquote reviews are out now. I understand a lockdown NDA until reviews are out. You typically, when reviews are out, all bets are off. You can talk about everything. This one's a little different. Trust me when I say that. What's going on, Danny? Yeah, this is completely last minute that I'm doing this because no one's home and I'm bored and I don't feel like watching TV and I don't feel like playing video games. So I figure, what the hell? I will hop on YouTube and mess around here. And deprogramming. Hey, Paris, I messaged you on Twitter a little while ago. Wonder if you got a chance to take a look. I'm going to be very honest with you. If I don't follow you and you DM me, it goes into like a separate window. And I have to manually go in there and check to know that people have sent me messages. And I've been getting slammed with DMs the past couple weeks. So if you message me and I've not responded yet, I do apologize. I will need to do that after I get off of this stream. And what else do we have here? But yeah, I'll jump into this. It looks like we got about 50 people here. I'm just going to go ahead and jump into it. So yes, obviously this morning I made my announcement about me not doing Night City Wire live stream here on this channel, but instead I'm going to be on IGN next Thursday at an undisclosed time and doing the pre and the post show for Night City Wire. All that came about, just the backstory, that all came about after I was on Podcast Unlocked last week with Ryan McCaffrey. If you've not checked that out, definitely go check it out. We had a very fun conversation, but chemistry with Ryan and I was really good. We had a really great episode and just talked about a lot of different subjects. And afterwards, Ryan hit me up offline, was thanking me for coming on, and was hoping I could come back on again in the future, stuff like that. So next day, not to go too in depth on the details, but then the next day, IGN reached out to me and they asked if I'd be interested in being a part of their Night City Wire coverage for their Summer of Gaming, because they know how huge of a Cyberpunk 2077 fan I am. They know I'm pretty knowledgeable about it. I literally can rattle off the stuff off the top of my head. I've been so just ingrained into that game over the past couple of years. But anyways, they asked me if I wanted to be a co-host on there. And I agreed, and, a little paperwork here, a little paperwork there. And yesterday they told me I could talk about it. So I've been talking to Danny offline about this, since last week. And I was bouncing ideas off of him how I could announce it. And we both agreed, like, I should just make a video. It was Danny's idea. He was like, you should make a video. And then, just start it off like, oh, you're giving some bad news, like, oh, bummer out. And then, at the end, be like, psych, I'm going to be on IGN. So I got up this morning and I was like, yep, I'm just going to go ahead and put it out at 6 a.m. So I recorded video and put it out on Twitter, put it here on YouTube, and it has exploded. Last time I looked, I think over 100,000 people have seen it on Twitter. I've been having all kind of people telling me congratulations, both publicly and privately, and it's pretty humbling, very humbling, very. I don't want to say I'm surprised. I guess I'm surprised at the amount of people. Let's put it this way. I knew people would be excited that I would be doing that because they know I'm a huge Cyberpunk fan. But the people that have reached out was pretty surprising. Just very overwhelmingly people excited. Even people over at IGN, hitting me up and just telling me they're excited for me to come on. And it should be fun. Should be a lot of fun. And it's weird because usually I'm extremely nervous when it comes to these kind of things. And obviously IGN is a huge platform. It's probably the biggest platform I'll ever be on. And I'm not nervous. I'm just excited. I'm just excited about it. I just feel like I'm going to get a chance to talk about a game that I have been obsessed with since I walked out of that demo in E3 2018 and I uttered the words, "This is Cowboy Bebop, Ghost in the Shell, and Blade Runner," because that's what the frick it is, right? Throwing some Deus Ex too, but ever since that moment, I've been obsessed with this game, and just getting to know so many people in the Cyberpunk community. Like I said, I see Neon Arcade is here. He was one of the first Cyberpunk content creators I ever heard of. Follow his channel, love his content, and it's just a bunch of great dudes in the community, and just everything. Just see the enthusiasm for Cyberpunk has been awesome. So, if I get a chance to represent everyone when I'm on IGN and, we're doing the pre-show, and then obviously we're all going to see Night City Wire, and then you're just going to get my raw impressions, like exactly what I think right then and there about Night City Wire. So should be a lot of fun. So whenever CD Projekt Red announces the actual time for Night City Wire, not sure what it is yet, but when they do, obviously I'll tweet that out. I'm sure everybody in the world's going to know. We'll just go from there. And it looks like I got a new subscriber. Thank you, Kevin, for subscribing. I still need to turn off this stupid alert because it's too loud. But everyone that's been supporting the channel, I truly appreciate it. All the super chat stuff. That's why I'm just going to go ahead and upgrade my camera now, because that's part of the process that I want to do, is slowly upgrade my equipment. Oh, I know I'm talking a mile a minute. Aver Media. I am now a partner of Aver Media. That came out yesterday. They hit me up about that. I got some paperwork I got to fill out on the back end, but I'm interested to see how that partnership works out and how I can leverage that again to just improve the channel and everything. So it's been a crazy few weeks. Let's put it that way. Crazy few weeks between my real job and then obviously just all the stuff that's been going on with Black Lives Matter, and even just the gaming news, and just all these opportunities been coming out, being on Funhouse, Kind of Funny, IGN, just all the support I've been seeing online. It's been crazy, man. Real crazy. I haven't looked at questions, so let me bounce and look back at some of these questions here. I'm going to scroll up just a little bit. And, Neon. Yeah, again, thank you for that. The IGN thing is wild. So, like I said, I hope I represent all of us well. And Yosemite said, I'd love to see more Pan IGN, Paris and Danny on some IGN content, also on some IGN staff on GTR. Yeah, I mean, Ryan and I even talked about GTR and IGN, or Podcast Unlocked at least, doing some type of collaboration closer to the Series X launch. We'll just come on and talk about Xbox. I can also tell you, when I was on Dude Soup with Funhouse, I've been talking to a lot of them behind the scenes, and definitely they want to do some more stuff in the future as well. Same with Kind of Funny. So yeah, well, there'll be more stuff for sure. Pretty sure. Hey, unless I F this up next Thursday, we'll see. What else do we have here? It was a great episode of Yeah. I mean, the Podcast Unlocked thing was a lot of fun. That was the first time Ryan and I actually got an extended chance to talk. I've seen him at E3 a few times. He was on Gamertag Radio years ago, but that's more of a you're on the show kind of interviewee thing. But that was like really the first time it was just him and I, nobody else. And, before the show, obviously during and then after, we really got a chance to talk and hit it off pretty well. So, that appearance led to me being on Night City Wire. So very thankful to Ryan and just all the people over there at IGN. Will Ryan be hosting with you? I don't know. believe it or not, I have no idea who is going to be on that panel with me. They just told me that, because I've been talking to the producers at IGN, that I will be co-hosting and it will be a panel of people for the pre and post show. So I don't know exactly who it is. It may be Ryan, but no one specifically told me just yet. Either way, it doesn't matter. Cyberpunk. I'm just going to be excited. I can talk to anybody. I can talk to a brick wall, and I'll try and make it interesting. Talking about the Avermedia, the Live Gamer HD2. Yeah, I got to deep dive into their products and see what fits for my setup and what I can use. Max is saying, can I elaborate on what Night City Wire is? I have no idea what Night City Wire is other than this. You said you're not familiar with Cyberpunk. So Cyberpunk 2077 is the open world RPG that is coming from CD Projekt Red, the maker of the Witcher series, and obviously the Witcher 3, which is one of the greatest open world RPGs of all time. And in my personal opinion, it is the greatest open world RPG of all time. The Cyberpunk world was created by Mike Pondsmith. There's a bunch of books out there. There's tabletop games, Cyberpunk 2020, Cyberpunk Red, more recent entries, and Cyberpunk 2077 is based off of all of that. They've collaborated a lot with Mike Pondsmith on creating this world, and Night City is the actual city where Cyberpunk 2077 takes place. It is a full open world RPG. You know, your choices will matter. You have cyberware where you basically can upgrade your parts on your body, you know, augment them with cyberware. I'm screwing it up the way I'm saying it, but if you watch a deep dive video, you know what I mean. There's various factions out there in the world. We've seen Maelstrom, we've seen the Voodoo Boys, we've seen the Animals, we've seen Corpo. I can't wait. We've talked about Militech. I can't wait till we get some Arasaka. I want to see 6th Street. I mean, we've seen the Badlands. I want to see some the Wraiths. There's so much shit. So much shit, and I'm rattling all this off the top of my head with no notes in front of me, so that just shows you how much I'm obsessed with this game. But it's going to be fun, man, where literally you get to play a character V. You can create male, female, combination of both, whatever the hell you want to do, and you get to go drop in that world, and you get to just, it's an open sandbox for you to go do whatever you want. There's obviously a main story, but there's a ton of side missions, things like that. So that's Cyberpunk, and honestly, that's why I'm excited about it, because I already know I will spend hundreds of hours in that world. Not to mention it's a classless system, but there's 3 quote unquote classes you can base your abilities around. There's the solo, there's the techie, and then there's the netrunner. Netrunner's like your hacker, you know, the techie is more like your engineer, and then the solo is kind of like your tank, your melee build, you know, probably specialize more in weapons, things like that. So I think that's it. I hope that answers the question. How did I do? Did I do okay? Tell me if I effed that up. I don't know. Let's see. What else do we have here? Same here. I thought you were awesome on Funhouse podcast, but I had a hard time finding gamers who come from such a level-headed perspective. I was a little bummed you didn't get to talk Cyberpunk. Yeah, dude, that thing at Funhouse went so fast. We had so many other subjects we were going to talk about. We're going to kind of get into fitness. We're really going to deep dive, because Adam is also big into Cyberpunk. We're really going to deep dive into Cyberpunk, and just the time just flew by. Absolutely flew by. So really hope I get a chance to go on again, and we'll have to touch on some of those subjects, because ironically enough, the Destiny 2 reveal was that day, so we kind of focus on that the most. What else do we have here? I remember late last year, you felt like you lost your love for this, but since lockdown, it seems your passion is through the roof. Yeah, it's funny. I'll just touch on that for a second and say that I went into this year thinking this is absolutely going to be the last E3 I attend. But obviously since COVID, I don't want to say that anymore. I at least want to go one more time. Hey, I'm 46 years old. I have 3 kids. My oldest daughter is an adult now. She just graduated high school. It's like, you know, I can only do this for so long. I have a full-time job that I have to commit to as well. Look, I love doing this. Obviously I love talking. I love video games. But I'm almost at a point where I kind of want to just take it year by year at this point, just being up front. Obviously, I love hanging with Danny and Pete and all the stuff that we do, but I definitely don't want a long-term commit to this. I'll just simply say, as long as I'm having fun doing it and it doesn't interfere with my real life, I'll keep doing it. The second that I either stop having fun or it really starts to interfere with my real life, then I can walk away from it, and I can feel happy that I've done so much in this industry already, and I've got to see, do, and speak to people I could only have dreamed of. Like this opportunity that's about to happen next week, just everything to run up to all this stuff that's been going on. I'm good. I'm happy, and I feel like as long as I can keep that mentality, I'll be fine. You know, hope that answered it. So, what else do we got? Oh, is that you're a legend? That's it. That's a chat message. Thank you. Arctic, yes, Tiger Claw. See, that's okay. So before I even read anything else, going back into Night City Wire. So I have a feeling what Night City Wire is they're gonna open the floodgates. We are going to see all six districts. Jesus, I can't talk. All 6 districts. We're gonna see the Badlands. We're gonna see all the various factions. I almost feel like this will be a day in the life of Night City. We'll probably get to see Night City at night, because we obviously have only seen it during the day through the first 2 demos so far. It may not even focus directly on V. Obviously, they'll talk more about the cyberware and the perks and attributes and things like that. But I think Night City itself will be the star of Night City Wire, where we really just get the curtain unveiled and we really get to see what this world's going to be like. Can we expect you to play the tabletop game of Cyberpunk? Yes, working on that behind the scenes. That will happen at a date. I don't want to say when, because I am not sure, but it will happen this summer. I'll say it that way. Seeing yourself for the first time on Unlocked Funhouse. Love the energy and passion. Wish I discovered your channel soon. No, thanks. And that was kind of what we talked about on Funhouse. I mean, we tend to just kind of stick with the people that we know and in our own communities. And with all the crazy in the world right now, this is the opportunity to kind of branch out and discover new people and new things. And that was a great thing about going on Funhouse. And what else do we have? Of the 3 that are known so far, what is your favorite? It's still Chipping In. I like that one. It's very catchy. But that new one that was unlisted that we just discovered, I like that too. Do you think Cyberpunk will have more features than just visuals for next gen? Well, whatever it quote unquote next gen is going to be is going to mirror the PC, and ray tracing is obviously going to be very huge. I fully expect when the new NVIDIA cards get unveiled, you're going to see Cyberpunk be one of the showcase titles for the power of these new Ampere cards, and just like whatever the 3080, 3090, 3080 Ti are going to be, they're going to probably use Cyberpunk to showcase that. Obviously DLSS, the rumor is it's going to go from 2.0 to 3.0, but we'll see on that, and just how all that can be leveraged and used in a game like Cyberpunk, be it at 4K, 1080p, or even 1440p. So that would be my guess, that we see Series X and PlayStation 5 trying to emulate that as much as possible. And besides what? Oh yeah, and then obviously the fast SSD. I mean, yeah, you'll see on the next gen consoles, it'll take advantage. There's no load screens in Night City, anyways, between the fast travel stuff. But like I have the NVMe. I never say it right. NVMe drives. Those are all my hard drives in my PC right now, so I can quote unquote take advantage of fast loading. I don't have PCIe 4.0, even though my motherboard supports it. I'm doing PCIe 3.0 because the 4.0 cards are too expensive right now. So I'll do that later. And Jesus is saying, I finally got to catch a live stream. How you doing? Yeah, I just randomly said, what the hell? And just decided to do this. And Danny, we had a Cyberpunk CD Projekt Red interview with Cyberpunk back in 2013. Yeah, I wasn't a part of that. That must have been before I came on board. Yeah, I don't remember that one at all. And what is going to be Eagles fans? It's going to be the PC Ultra setting build for Night City Wire. Xbox One as possible. Don't know. We'll see. I mean, when you look at what the Xbox Series, I said Xbox One, Xbox Series X, what it is spec wise, no, it will not match what my current PC does. I'll tell you that right now. And that's a 2080 Ti. I have a 3950X CPU and a 2080 Ti GPU, and I got 64 gigs of RAM in mine. It's a Series X cannot top this right now. I know that, but the fact that the Series X is a static build and developers can optimize for it, I do believe it can get close. But we'll see. We shall see. And Jalen is saying, besides Cyberpunk, what other games am I excited for? So I'll keep it in 2020. I won't go beyond. And I'll just say that Last of Us 2, I'm playing it right now. Assassin's Creed Valhalla, Halo Infinite, for sure. Those games, for sure. We'll see what Ghost of Tsushima. I'm still not 100% on board yet. I'm going to try and see if I can review it. And then beyond that, let's just see what other quote-unquote next-gen games are coming out this year. A lot of this stuff is 2021, so I'm not going to hold my breath on it. I mean, Call of Duty is going to be Call of Duty. Obviously, the Destiny expansion Beyond Light, I'm interested in that as well. And do you think the new graphics cards will be out before Cyberpunk? I think they'll be out around that time. Because Nvidia and CD Projekt Red are partnered up, so I'm pretty sure. Here's my guess: the Ampere cards get announced in August, and they start rolling out late August, early September. So basically around that time. It'll be interesting to see if all of them come out at once or if they stagger them. It may only be the 3080 that comes out right away. Personally, I want the 3080 Ti. The 3090 is going to be the Titan replacement. I don't need that. If the rumors are true. So I'm looking at the 3080 Ti. So if the 3080 Ti is out before Cyberpunk, I will get a 3080 Ti. That's my plan. If it's only the 3080, I'll hold on to my 2080 Ti until the 3080 Ti comes out. And Reggie, you're asking the wrong person about this. What do you think about Resident Evil 8 being canceled for? Is this Resident Evil 8? Is that what you mean? Being canceled for next gen? When do you think most devs stop making games for current? Maybe I'm confused. What do you think about Resident Evil 8 being canceled for next gen? Rephrase that, because it sounds like you're saying it's canceled for next gen, but that's not right because it's clearly coming out on PlayStation 5. So maybe ask that one again. Let's see. I think Night City Wire will be the first in a series of periodic streams leading up to release, each touching on different aspects of the game, one for classes. Yes and no. I don't think they'll all be called Night City Wire. I think Night City Wire, like I said, is like, we're just going to pull the curtain back. Here you go. Here's the game, right? I do think they get more specific. If you go to CD Projekt Red's YouTube channel as an example, I kind of use The Witcher 3 as the template for what they're going to do, and you can see where they kind of broke things up into certain segments. They talk about the music, talk about the quests, they had the story trailers, they obviously had the cinematic, things like that. So I think that does happen. I agree with you in that sense. I just don't think it'll be like Night City Wire Part 2 or 3. It'll be smaller, more focused events where I think, again, and I don't know because IGN hasn't told me anything, CD Projekt Red hasn't told me anything. I would guess Night City Wire is probably around 45 minutes. That's my guess, but we'll see. What else do we have? Oh, here's a good one. John is saying, what game should Xbox open with and close with in July? I'd like to see Halo be the first. I'll let the subscriber thing play. I have to turn the stupid thing off. I'm sorry. Wait, I lost what I was saying. I'm sorry. Yeah, what I'd like to see Halo be the first thing we see. Deep dive, make Fable the one more thing. I think you're pretty close. Here's my guess. I think, yes, you start the show with Halo. This is what we're here for. We're here for Halo, right? Start the show with Halo, and like I've said on Twitter already, maybe Bonnie Ross kicks it off a little bit, or maybe not even that. Maybe literally the show starts and it just cuts right into a mission of Halo Infinite. I could very well see that. But I want to see real gameplay. Then maybe you have Bonnie Ross 343 come on. They talk about multiplayer, other features, stuff like that. So start the show that way. Don't end it with Fable. Your one more thing is whatever the initiative is working on, because that's not coming anytime soon. So that's kind of, here's a future look at the potential of Series X and Xbox and all that stuff. So I think that's how you close the show, in my opinion. But we'll see. We shall see. Phone is saying, will my 1660 Ti handle Cyberpunk 2077? I can't decide to get the PS4 version or PC. I got a decent laptop. Here's my response to this. Cyberpunk 2077 will run on that, I almost cursed. Cyberpunk 2077 will run on the microwave Xbox One, the original. So your 1660 Ti, if you're playing at 1080p, you won't have a problem. You might even be able to get it at 60 frames. 1440p, probably 30. I wouldn't even try at 4K. But yeah, I think you'll be fine. High to medium settings, something like that. I think you'll be fine. I don't think you're going to be enabling ray trace or anything crazy like that. But I think you'll be okay to play it. Eagle saying, do I think we'll get the Mass Effect trilogy tomorrow? Yes. It's not coming out this year, but I think they announce it for sure. I think that's, even though those are old games, that will be a huge win for EA to be able to announce that and at least show a little something with it. And let's see, what is Reggie saying? Okay, what do you think about Resident Evil 8 being canceled for current gen? Okay, I wanted to make sure. That's why I was saying ask it again. When do you think most devs stop making games for current gen? I suppose it may be quicker than we think. Actually, it's not quicker than we think because you have to look at it this way. I'll come back around on that. I'll say this. I think it being canceled for current gen is a surprise, and here's why. Most of your money is still going to be made on the Xbox One and the PlayStation 4 well into 2022, as an example, because that's where the user base is. Most people don't upgrade right away. This is also why you don't really see these generational, name me the last, oh my God, amazing launch game on any platform. That's not named Nintendo, right? Because typically the true technology and graphical leap happens about 2 years into a console cycle. So, I mean, I know we're going to get Ratchet and Clank at some point. I know Horizon Zero Dawn as an example. Ratchet and Clank definitely looks next gen. So most of your money is going to still be making games for Xbox One and PlayStation 4 that will also be on PlayStation 5 and Series X. So yeah, it is kind of surprising. I would guess that PlayStation probably incentivized Capcom to just ditch current gen and do that, but we'll see. Complete speculation on my part. And the Grounded Gamer, what's going on? How you doing, man? And okay, I'm gonna get to super chat in just 1 second, and then right before that, Michael, do you think Cyberpunk will come up with a mini game like they did with Gwent? Yes, and I also think they're gonna do that in cyberspace. I think it'll be something like that, where you're gonna plug in, like, obviously the Voodoo Boys are very skilled out there, beyond the Black Wall, and Netwatch is there to kind of monitor that and regulate it. So I can definitely see some kind of cyberspace mini game being developed for Night City. So we'll see. Now, Mariano, thank you for the $5 super chat. And you are saying to me, congrats on all the things happening to you. Well deserved and much more success to you. How did you like the Cyberpunk concert commercial? Oh, I loved it. I think it's a flashback. I don't think that's in 2077 because you have to remember Johnny Silverhand's been dead for decades at this point, and he just lives. He's immortal because he's living on that chip, and he's going to be inside V's head, and clearly that's going to be some major plot point in the game. So as an example, I think you start the game, you don't have Johnny Silverhand, and one of the early missions is going to kind of not 100% replicate the E3 2019 trailer, but there's going to be something that happens, probably involves a fixer, Dexter Deshawn, where you go to retrieve that chip, and then you wind up getting it, and then that's where he comes in, and that's going to take the plot a whole different way. That's when the corpos get involved, Arasaka, the whole thing, because obviously he hates Arasaka, and he's going to want, like he said, we got a city to burn. I think he literally wants that to happen in the game. So I do think we'll see that at some point. But yeah, the concert kicked ass. I feel like I'm talking 10,000 miles an hour, so I hope I answered the question correctly. So many questions here. So Mark is saying, oh, and wow, I didn't realize this many people were here. Thank you for everyone that's hanging out right now. And I'll just say real quick before I go into the next thing, thank you for the super chats, all the support. Like I said, this goes directly to me upgrading equipment to make this channel better, and just all my content, be it here on YouTube, when we go to E3 and live events, all that stuff. So thank you for all that. Mark is saying, should CD Projekt Red drop a patch for The Witcher 3 for next gen? I hope they do. They might at some point, but clearly their priority Cyberpunk, so I wouldn't hold my breath. I mean, it looks phenomenal on the Xbox One X right now, and that's the enhanced version, so I would definitely check that out if you have a console. Oh, excuse me. And Matt is saying, hey, Paris, I just found your content recently and loving all of it. So ready for Cyberpunk. Thank you. I'm ready for Cyberpunk too. Cannot wait. And do you know all that? Are there... wait a minute. Sergeant Bones, Are you asking me how do I know all that? Are there many docs with all this information? If you're asking me how do I know so much about Cyberpunk, it's because I'm a freaking nerd, and this is what I do. Here, let me pull it up here. Let's see. I'll pull it up. Wait, someone messaged me. Who's that? Okay, hold on. Let me pull this up. Yeah, like right here. I won't show you the whole thing. Like, I guess that comes out. These are all, it probably looks terrible. Well, you can kind of see. I have notes. These are literally all my Cyberpunk notes. I just write all this shit down and then I memorize it. That's how I know. Eagles fan, thank you for that $5 super chat and showing support and appreciation for answering our questions freely. Oh yeah, dude. Here's the thing with super chat. If you want to support me, trust me, I really appreciate it. But I'm not only answering if you basically pay for me to answer your question. That's not what I do. I mean, like, clearly I like to support. That's why I have it on, because it helps me and it keeps my wife from yelling at me when I buy all this equipment. But you know, if you don't support, that's fine as well. I mean, I'm just having fun, man. This is all just about having fun. And let me go back up. Oh, I think I answered Sergeant Bones' questions. And Kevin is saying PSVR will continue on PlayStation 5. Do you think VR will happen on the Series X? It is funny you say that. Go back and listen to our interview with Phil Spencer, where I basically called him out in late 2019. Actually, Ryan McCaffrey, that's how all that stuff started, where he at XO19 kind of shot down VR. I found that shocking. We had a little back and forth. And then when he came on GTR in February, I asked him directly about that. And his answer was satisfactory. It's not the focus now, and it should not be. Their focus right now should be Series X, getting that thing out, getting their games lined up right. And at that point, if we see games like Half-Life Alyx, stuff like that, push VR forward, then absolutely, I think Xbox should support VR. So I won't say no, but I think it is definitely possible in the future. And Colin, thank you. Appreciate all the support, man. And Arctic, yeah, I'm like backlogged on these questions, so I'm just catching up right now. Silvershine, I'm so sure you'll be getting a review copy in August. I can't wait. Never say that. I will never say that. I never assume. Until I have a review copy is when I have a review copy, because you just never know. Clearly, obviously, I've had a great relationship with some people at CD Projekt Red over the past couple years. But that's never something I would try to betray or demand a copy or anything like that. You know, hey, anything that they want to do with me and work with me is great. I'm just a super fan at this point, but obviously I want to cover the game. And if I'm given that opportunity, I'm going to do it. And if I'm not given that opportunity to review it early, I'm still going to do it, because that's what I want to do. Oh, Tanya, you're off to bed. Yeah, have a good night. We'll talk later. I'll tell you about my secret benefactor later. Sergeant Blunt, dude, you have one of the cleanest looking streams. What camera are you using? Image quality. It's so funny you're talking about the camera, because I'm like, I need to upgrade my camera. This is a Logitech Brio. It's their 4K one. I have one key light, and then I have one old school light over here. That's it, really. I still feel like I need to upgrade so many things on here to get better. What else do we have here? And appreciate all the people subscribing. Very close to 6K. So the more people subscribe, the better. Share this out. Tell all your friends I'm on here yapping about video games, and come hang out. Appreciate it. And wait a minute, I just missed the question. I'm going see now. Okay, so Eagle is saying, you think Xbox would do their own VR or just partner with someone if they have? I think they partner with someone personally. If they just want to get their feet wet and not 100% commit to it, then you pull in a partner. You pull in, I don't know, Oculus or whoever, right? They would do something like that, because if I remember correctly, and this probably would have been around 2016, isn't that who they were going to initially partner with on Xbox One, was Oculus? I think so. Like, even the Xbox One controller was usable on the Oculus VR at the time. I think. I could be wrong. It might be HTC, but I'm pretty sure it was Oculus. Let's see. John is saying, all right, we start with Halo. Make us think like Fable is the last game. See, I don't think Fable is the last game. I think the last game will be whatever it is from the Initiative. I think the worst kept secret in gaming winds up coming halfway through the show, and that's Fable. I think okay, let's say this. My predictions on things I think we'll see. Obviously Halo, some type of Forza, Perfect Dark, Fable, Everwild, which is what Rare is working on. I think we see a major expansion for Sea of Thieves. We obviously Grounded's one game from Obsidian, but we see what else Obsidian is working on. Hellblade 2, what Tim Schafer's doing, whatever the Coalition is doing, which might be Perfect Dark, speculation. And then, like I said, I think they close the show with whatever the Initiative is doing. That would be my guesses for the Xbox briefing. And of course, there are going to be some surprises and new IPs that we just have absolutely no idea about. And what else do we have? Oculus is the right partner. Yeah, okay. Vicente, I hope I'm saying your name correctly, Vicente. Here goes the subscriber thing again. Thank you for subscribing. Vicente, yes, I have. Mike Pondsmith's company was very generous a year ago. They sent me everything. It's all in PDF format. I have everything. So yes, I've over the past year been reading a lot of the stuff on the backstory and the lore with Cyberpunk. So, you know, like I said, as far as like even with Johnny Silverhand and thing, his hatred for Arasaka and just what potentially his motivations are going to be in 2077. Just a lot of that different stuff. Bernard is saying, hey Paris, do any of your coworkers game? Wondering if they watching your stream. I keep all this a secret from people I work with. I do not talk about it at work at all. It eventually always leaks out. And with the current place I work now, I've been there a year and a half, and so far nobody knows other than my director. He knows because when I went to Gamescom, and I took a week off to go to Gamescom, and I had to tell him why, and that's why he knows. But other than that, I don't talk gaming at all. And it's so funny because there's a couple people at work that wear Cyberpunk 2077 shirts all the time, and I hear them talking, and I just walk by and I laugh because I want to say something, and I'm like, don't do it, and I just keep going because I don't want to engage. Because whenever it comes out that I'm into the gaming stuff, that's all people want to talk to me about, and inevitably somebody wants me to hook them up with a free game or a free Xbox, and that's very annoying to me. So I don't talk about it unless it comes up. I have a sneaking feeling when I'm on IGN next Thursday, because obviously it's going to reach millions of people, it's going to get out. But we're on coronavirus, so maybe people will forget by the time I go back into the office, so we'll see. And Reggie saying, I think as long as both consoles don't go over $499, which I strongly believe they won't, no matter which one you buy, we're getting a steal. Yeah, no, 100% we are. Even the Xbox One X, when it dropped to $500, was a steal at that price. This is part of the reason why I think you got a PlayStation 5 all digital, because they're clearly going to use that to either get to $499 or get to $450, in my opinion. And it's very clear that Microsoft is not going to overprice Series X, despite whatever Lockhart's going to be. Series X, I can't see that thing being over $499 for the quote unquote base model of it, which will just be the 1 terabyte drive. I don't see Phil or whoever coming out saying $550 or $600 for Series X, even if Lockhart's $299. So that's just too much. Zach, we got to get you to interview Mike Pondsmith. I want to do that. It's so funny. I saw him at Gamescom for like 2 seconds. When I was at the CD Projekt Red meeting room, I saw him because he was actually going to go do an interview or whatever, and they huddled him off to a room, but we literally locked eyes, gave the head nod, and he kept going. that was it. That's all I got. Nah, Series X won't be $400. That's way too cheap. I honestly, I just think Series X is $499. I think, and I even heard Danny, if he's still here, his interview with Tom Warren from The Verge, and they were talking about this today. And I just think, here's what I think. I think ultimately Xbox announces their price first. I think Series X is $499, and if Lockhart comes out this year, it'll be $299. And Tom Warren even speculated it might be $350. I could see that too. And then, like he said, if you have that low price option of Lockhart, that actually puts pressure on Sony with their pricing and what PlayStation 5 is going to be. Bram is saying, what am I most excited for in Cyberpunk 2077? The freedom of walking around Night City. I mean, it's really that simple. The freedom to go do whatever I want. It'll be interesting once I complete the game the first time and can basically start a new game plus, because I'm just assuming that can happen. Then I can go wherever I want, do whatever I want in the game, pretty much. Like right now, you're looking at that's Night City in the background right now. My goal, and this will take me hundreds of hours to complete. I'm gonna go into every building, to every floor, and to every room in this game. I promise you this. At some point, I will discover every square inch of this game. And that's part of what my content is going to be, is as I discover things, being able to put videos out, talk about it. Hey, you want to find this unique weapon, piece of gear, whatever. You go here, do this quest, talk to that person, do this, da-da-da-da-da. That's my goal. So that's the fun factor for me going into Cyberpunk. And Mark, how you doing? And John's talking about the Xbox price. Yep, I agree. Michael Santiago, am I missing something, or does Xbox already have a stronger launch lineup with at least Halo Infinite? If, this is a big if was a fifth, we'd all be drunk. But if Halo Infinite is everything that it better be, because Microsoft can't F this up. So if Halo Infinite is exactly what we think it's going to be, I agree with what you're saying. Because I look at the PlayStation 5 launch lineup and I am not impressed with it at all. Yes, Spider-Man, Miles Morales looks great, but I should be playing that on the PlayStation 4, not being forced to buy a PlayStation 5. So while I will eventually get a PlayStation 5, I do not see me owning one in 2020 unless I'm reviewing it. And that's just being honest, because I don't think at $450 or $500 it is going to be worth the investment to pick up a launch lineup PlayStation 5, because what the hell am I playing? The games that I would play on PlayStation are still going to be on PlayStation 4 in 2020. And that's Ghost of Tsushima, The Last of Us 2, the original Spider-Man, God of War, Uncharted, things like that. So no, I don't think their launch lineup right now is very impressive. But if Halo is what I think it is, and obviously you're going to supplement that with a Forza, most likely another big AAA game, and then, you know, some indie stuff, blah, blah, blah. I think, yeah, at the gate, there's going to be more people engaging with Halo than they would with Spider-Man. Obviously, because of the multiplayer and everything else that goes with it, if it's what I think it is. And, yeah, Lyle with the new game plus. Of course, Eagles fan. I was going to ask you your approach. I'm assuming you're talking about how I'm going to play the game. Yeah, that's my approach. Yep, I'm just trying to see every damn thing in this city. That's my approach. And can't wait for Cyberpunk 27. CD Projekt Gods will deliver the game here. Here's a funny thing, and shout out to Legacy Killer HD, Michael. We chat on Twitter a lot. It was so funny because I watch his content, and he had a Cyberpunk video that came out today, and I'm just watching it just randomly because just see what he's talking about. And he actually mentioned a conversation we had on Twitter, because I forget how it came up, but I had said something on Twitter about, and I go, the crazy thing about CD Projekt Red is you have to remember they were learning how to make an open world RPG with The Witcher 3, because they'd never done it before. That was their first attempt. Think about that. That was their first attempt, was The Witcher 3 and making an open world RPG. And it is argued that it is the best open world RPG ever made. So imagine them taking those lessons learned from everything that they did with the original Witcher 3, with Hearts of Stone and Blood and Wine. It's like you saw improvement every time they came out with a massive update. Imagine applying all that to Cyberpunk 2077. And if you can, then you understand why I'm so excited about that game. That's why. Because, yeah, they're arguably the best developer in the world, for sure in the top 3. That's just how good they are over there with making video games, since The Witcher 3. So, yeah, I'm excited. What else do we have here? Bram, what I'm going to do is ask for the PlayStation 5 and buy the Series S with my son's gift card. There you go. I like that plan. That's good. Wait. Sergeant Bones, hey Paris, can you point out where someone can locate some of those bits of info you rattled off? Books, websites, etc. Are there books? Here's what I'll say. Go watch the Mad Queen on YouTube. this is her forte. This is what she does. She loves cyberpunk lore. So a lot of her videos answers a lot of these questions. Hold on. Let me see if I can pull up the link really quick to tell you where you can get some of this other stuff. Hold on here. Oh, and I can't type. I cannot type to save my life. And where is it? Okay, here we go. And let's go here and here. All right. So I will tell you to go to some of this stuff, and this will help you with some of that back lore that you're looking for. And then, like I said, follow the Mad Queen, and Google is your friend as well. I'm just a nerd, so it's like you just seek out the information that you need. But that link is a good start to just kind of get you on your way. That's a lot of tabletop stuff, and it has a lot of back end stuff that you can pull up that will help you as well. And since I'm yapping about this, let me see if I can pull this up to give you an idea of what I'm talking about. Hold on just a second. Where is it? No, that's a Witcher 3. Nope, that's not what I'm looking for. I won't spend too much time on this, but I actually, where are my PDFs at? Wait, is that it? Is that what I'm looking for? Yeah, so I'll pull this up real quick. And so you probably should see that. So yeah, this is Cyberpunk Red. This is some of the tabletop stuff comes through here. So you can read through a lot of this stuff, like Johnny Silverhand, Rocker Boys, and this kind of goes into the history of some of this stuff. So I mean, honestly, it just comes down to reading. Just have to read some of this stuff, and it will take you through all of that. And let me see if I can. Where's the other one at? Where is it? Because I keep all the stuff on my iPad, but I think I have it here as well. I apologize as I scan through this really quick. Try to not waste too much time on it. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? And it's not in there. Crap. I thought I had it easy to find on here, but I don't. But you get the idea. You get the idea of what I'm saying. So, yep, you get it. And turn that off there. So, but yeah, there's a ton of stuff you can find on there. And what else do we have here? Dimitri, what's up, homie? Didn't even know you were streaming, but glad you're on. Yeah, I didn't know I was streaming either. I literally just did this last minute. Nah, Sergeant Bone, you're fine. Again, I have zero agenda. I'm just on here just flapping my lips. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just talking because no one's here. I'm by myself, and I'm so alone. Let's see. Bram, I'm pretty bad at RPGs. Do you think I have a lot of trouble with Cyberpunk? Well, Cyberpunk is a first person. So if you're good at first person shooters, I think if you jump into it as a solo build and almost treat it like you're playing Halo or something like that, you'll probably be fine. You'll probably lag behind on some of the customization stuff, but beauty of it is, treat your first playthrough as just getting your feet wet. I guarantee you about halfway through things will start to click for you, and then you'll realize all the mistakes that you made as you started specking out your character, and you'll probably change it at that point. But second and third playthrough, you'll be fine. And you subbed to Mad Queen. Cool, good. Glad you did. She's really cool. I like her a lot. Let's see. How much storage space would we need for Cyberpunk? That is a very good question. I think I saw Arctic speculating and said 80. I'm gonna say 100. That'll be my guess. 100. I'll say 100. 100 sounds good. Especially if you're playing in 4K with the 4K assets. Oh, excuse me. Yeah, Silver. Yeah, if you're bad at first-person shooters, still excited, net running might help me out. Yeah, again, you just look. I look at it this way, like The Last of Us 2. Not The Last of Us 2. Excuse me, the first Last of Us. I hated the actual gameplay of it. Like if you go back to the 2013 archives, I talk about it. I didn't like the actual gameplay of it, but the story was so good, I literally forced myself into playing it. And by the time I got to the end, then I was fine with the gameplay. So you'll get better with it. Yeah, Bram. Yeah, Red Dead 2 is like over 100. That's why I think Cyberpunk will be similar. Zachary, hey, just want to say I found your channel through your hype and Cyberpunk reactions, like after demo at E3. Love your passion, excitement. Thanks. And I will always give credit to Danny Pena, Godfrey, because if it was not for him having the idea to record my reaction coming out of the E3 2018 demo, none of this would have happened. Because that was the thing. Because if you go watch it, I had no idea they were doing that, and you just see my natural reaction. And yeah, so what I said was just literally off the top of my head, and it obviously just went viral from there. Dimitri, and that's how you filmed. Yeah, that's cool. That's cool. Yeah, Modern Warfare is ridiculous. It's insane, and that's part of the reason. Like with Destiny, it was starting to swell up as well, and they realized they had to start removing stuff, or it just wasn't going to be manageable anymore. Hey, somebody disliked it. Great. I got one. I knew I was going to get one. I always get one. I always wonder what they don't like. That always is a curiosity to me. And what else do we have here? All right. So, any other questions? Like I said, I was just hopping on here for the hell of it. I didn't really have anything to talk about other than, like I said before, I'm super excited for the IGN opportunity. I'm assuming CD Projekt Red's going to talk soon about when the actual time of it is. So once that happens, I'll put that out as well. And then, we'll go from there. And what is Kevin saying? Sort of hate Cyberpunk being released before the PlayStation 5 and Series X. I'm not even reading the rest of what you said. Well, let me read the rest. I bought Grand Theft Auto 5 and completed it in 360 story. Well, see, you have to think of it this way. We should have already played Cyberpunk. Should have been out in April, right? I should be on like my 5th playthrough at this point. And then it got delayed. So, yeah, it's coming closer to the next-gen consoles now, unfortunately. But, dude, I just want the game. I'm not worried about playing it on the next-gen console. I'm telling you right now, if you got a PS4 Pro or Xbox One X, it's going to look great on those too. So I wouldn't be too concerned. Yeah, Series X, PlayStation 5 will probably have some ray tracing stuff in it. You'll be able to play it at 60 frames. I get it. But the core game itself will look fine on the current consoles. And what is going on, Matt? And yep, Dimitri, you're not a real YouTuber till you get some dislikes. All right, what is Zachary saying? Expectations for what they show at the Night City Wire in comparison, your hopes for what they show. It's kind of hard to say because obviously anything I expect right now are my hopes that they show. I just think this will be a day in the life of Night City. We'll get to see all the different factions. We'll get to see all the districts. We'll probably get a little deeper dive into some of the customizations you can do with V. And I think that's going to be it. My guess, probably around 40-45 minutes, something like that, and I'm sure they'll do something really cool with Johnny Silverhand at the end, and everyone will go, ah, and then they'll cut back to me on IGN, and I'll go, wow, and then we'll talk about it. I think that's what I think. That's my expectation and hope. Danny disliked it. That's why he's asking. The person that disliked it was Danny. He hit the dislike and then was good. Yeah, who disliked it? Reveal yourself. Oh, man. Let's see. Playing Cyberpunk on a... Wait, you got the Cyberpunk 2080 Ti? Let me have it. Just let me have it. Just give it to me. I'll give you mine. I have an EVGA. I'll give you mine. Give me yours. That's cool if you have one, man. Brad Miller, what were you talking about when you said that you said something and it became viral? I'll do better than that. I will show you. Give me 1 second here. I think I got this one queued up on the Rolodex. Hold on. I think I got it. I think I got this one ready to go. Let me see where it is. Where is it? Oh, here it is. Oh, wow. I found it. Okay, so. And make this full screen. And. All right, so this is what I'm talking about. Wait, is it muted? Why is there no sound? Oh, there's no sound. Shit, this isn't the right one. Hold on. Damn it. Hold on. I'll get it. See, I'm doing this real time. You're getting this in real time. All right. I'll literally pull it off of here. Hold on. Give me 1 second. 1 second. All right. So now here, this is it right here. I always hate looking at this, so I won't look.
So look, we got the team here. We're gonna surprise Paris. Surprise him. Here we come. He has no idea. Yeah, look, I got everybody over here. Look.
Should be better sound.
Yeah, cool. So we have the whole team here waiting for Paris to come out. And they're gonna come up.
MJ, Bobby, on this side. This side we're filming on. Can you just this side?
So,
is it April? Can I go to April? I can't wait. Fantastic game. I'm so excited to talk about this game. I got to talk about this game. We got to go talk about it.
we gotta go talk about it. Let's go. We gotta go. Let's go.
All right, everybody. All right, that's it. And then you see my dumb ass on there talking. Yeah, so that's it. I hope that answers the question. Yeah, April. Not anymore. No April. So, yeah. So that was arguably the greatest gaming moment of my life. It still is. So crazy. Because even the second time, I didn't know. I remember I'm seeing the demo. Actually, I'll tell the story on this one. So, obviously from the first video, I started to know some of the CD Projekt Red guys over social media a little bit. And E3 last year was tough because I had an audit at work. So I only got to show up on Sunday and a little bit on Monday. And I remember when we had to set the appointments, to go see Cyberpunk, I didn't think I was going to make it because I didn't think I was going to be there at all. So I made the appointment for the last day of E3, the last appointment of the last day. And then it just worked out that Thursday, I got out of work early. So I literally drove from San Diego all the way up to LA. I don't know, got around there around 2 o'clock or so. And I remember I was DMing with a couple of the devs, and one of them was like, "Hey, are you gonna be able to make it? You're gonna be able to make it?" And I was like, "Yep, I'm gonna be able to make it." He was like, "What's your appointment?" I go, "It's the last one." He was like, "Cool, I'm gonna be there. We're all gonna be there. I'm gonna do your demo." So sure enough, I got there a little bit early. I was talking to a bunch of devs and stuff. I was with Danny, and then I went in the demo, and then I just remember I could hear clapping. I could hear like all this noise. I was like, "What the hell is this noise?" And I come out, and that's what it was, man. Yeah, it was like the coolest freaking thing ever. Coolest freaking thing ever. I'll never forget it. And then, like, when you see at the moment, like, we got to go talk about it. We literally then left from there, went downstairs, and we recorded a podcast right then and there. So if you go in the archives, you can listen to it. That is like the instant right after that demo. And then a couple of devs, because this was E3 was over, so then we saw some of the devs like coming down the escalator. We're talking to them. If you look on social media, you'll see some of those pictures as well. And then I went to Gamescom, and that was the craziest thing ever because like literally every CD Projekt Red employee there knew me. It was just weird to be pointing at me when they see me, and then people at the public booth like knew who I was because of the video and stuff. So really cool time. Like I said, it's been a hell of a ride the past couple years, and yeah, I'm just super excited for the game to come out, man. I can't wait to play it. Cannot freaking wait to play it. And want to hear this podcast now? Yeah, it's you go to gamertagradio.com, go in the archives, look in June 2019 for our E3 coverage. It's one of the last things that we put out for E3. And what else do we have here? Okay, what time is it? Almost 8:30. So I'm probably going to go ahead and wrap this up because I'm going to go play Last of Us 2 and dive more into that. Like I said, I just figured, what the hell? I jump on the stream and mess around. It's I can't believe all the people that are here in the stream. This is crazy. Absolutely crazy. All right, a couple more questions, and then I will jump out of here. And everyone that sent a super chat, thank you for the super chat. I appreciate all the support. It is definitely going to a good cause because I am trying to upgrade my equipment. And Dimitri is saying, gotta ask, bro, what are you doing to prepare yourself for Night City Wire, i.e. catching up on cyberpunk lore, games, etc., and what are you looking forward to show them? Maybe you weren't here earlier. I have extensive notes. That's what I'm doing to prepare. I try to always make sure I got notes. So I have a bunch of notes just on the lore, the different factions, the districts in Night City, a little bit of Johnny Silverhand stuff, just all that. Like stuff on Militech, background on Arasaka, all that. So yeah, I think I'll be prepared. It's sad that a lot of stuff I can just spit off the top of my head, but whatever. It's fine. Hey, that's what happens when you love something, right? I will not talk about my impressions of The Last of Us 2 because I'm not ready to. I'll put it that way. I'll just say that I'm playing it. And at a later date, I will give my thoughts on it. I know that's kind of a dickish thing to say, but I don't want to give an opinion either way, good or bad, because I'm pretty sure my opinion is going to change by the time I finish the game. So I'll just say that I'm playing it. Well, you've seen the graphics. It's exactly what you've seen on the state of the game. It's no different. Looks good. I mean, Naughty Dog's one of the best in the business when it comes to animations and all that. So yeah, the game looks great. How do you want to make your character in Cyberpunk? Also, there's a song used in your video about Night City Wire. What is it called? Shit, I forget what it's called. I just have it. If you watch the deep dive video, it's playing in the background. So I borrowed it, and that's what I used in that video I had the other day. And then you're asking, how do I make? Oh, I tell you right now, my character, I will have female V, and she's gonna have a giant afro. And if I can put a bunch of tattoos on her, that's what I'm doing. That would be my V. She will be black and beautiful. That is my V, and that will be all my Vs. I really like playing as female characters, so I don't even think I'll make a male V in the game. It'll probably all be female Vs when I do the various playthroughs. Now, who they decide to romance is up to me and the way I'm feeling at the time, but definitely will be a female V that I start with. And Okay. So True is saying, and I'll go ahead and jump out after this here. True is saying, what are some of the small details noticed watching either demo? Okay, go back and watch the E3 2018 demo. And after V wakes up in her apartment, and then Jackie calls her to go down because she's gonna go meet Dexter Deshawn. When you first go out into her apartment, just pay attention. There's so many tiny little nuanced details, like with vendors and just various characters and the things that they're saying and they're doing. There's all these tiny little things. Look at the television screens and little stuff that's going on. Like there's that whole boxing match that's happening. You first see it when she walks out of her apartment. Dexter Deshawn is watching it, and then when you go see your Ripper doc, he's watching it too. There's like a consistency there with that. Like it's like a live thing that's happening, in the world. And even when V walks out of her apartment and you start to see the crowd, look at the different like that's one thing. The Witcher 3. They're very limited on the character designs with the NPCs, a lot of repeats and stuff, but you saw so much variety with a lot of those characters. And again, listen to the little dialogues of just all the crazy shit that people are saying when you're going through there. It's really cool to see. I'm trying to think, even when you go into the Maelstrom's hideout, there's a lot of little details with those characters as well. Like pay attention to a lot of little things on the back wall and just noises and things that are happening. It's pretty cool. And that's where it's been they've been making the game like 8 years now. That's where the little tiny details start to come in, where you've had the time. You've had these teams and these artists and these level designers. They've had the time to populate this world with all these tiny little Easter eggs. And again, that's probably one of the main things I'm excited to see when the game comes out, is how many of these little Easter eggs that I can find and do. Guarantee you there will be a ton of Witcher Easter eggs buried in there. Hell, Ciri tells you in The Witcher 3 that she went to Night City. She tells you that she went to the world of Cyberpunk, for all intents and purposes. Not that they're going to make it blatantly obvious in this game, like Ciri's going to be a character in here or anything like that, but there'll be probably a little tiny nod to her, Geralt, or Yennefer, or someone like that. But those are kind of little things. And Nick S., are you disappointed in Disintegration? No, I'm not disappointed in it, but it definitely needs some refinement. I think the idea of what V1 Interactive has created is unique. I love the whole left-hand, right-hand scenario where you're blending in an FPS and RTS together. I think the multiplayer has promise, but it still needs some work for sure. Yeah, and Danny actually just interviewed Marcus Leto today. Unfortunately, I had a work commitment. I couldn't make it, so I'm actually very curious to hear their interview for myself, but not disappointed. I if anything, I hope the game gets some decent sales so that they can make a sequel and iterate on what they've created. Let me put it that way. There's definitely going to be a series. Yeah. Yep. Okay. So it's actually 8:30 right now. So this is a good time to go ahead and stop this. So again, thank you guys for hanging out, man. Thank you for hanging out. Cause like I said, I just randomly decided to do this, and it's a lot of fun. Just rambling on about Cyberpunk and the IGN stuff. So again, tomorrow we will be a week away from Night City Wire. I will not be live streaming here. Let me go out on this. So I'll kind of explain what's going on between the three of us, me, Danny, and Pete, and obviously what's going on. So the original plan was I was going to stream Night City Wire here on this channel. Danny and Pete was going to be on here, and we're gonna have a lot of fun with it. And then we instantly do a reaction to the whole thing. But obviously IGN has offered me to be a part of their pre and post show. So obviously, I'll be on the pre-show before Night City Wire. Hope everyone goes over to IGN to check that out. During Night City Wire itself, what we're thinking is Danny and Pete will still stream it on Twitch, on the GTR channel. I might pop in the chat and say hello, but I will not be on camera. Just the logistics of everything I'll have to set up with IGN. I don't want to screw any of that up. So, but I'm probably just going to watch Night City Wire by myself. And then obviously when it's over, I'll hop back on IGN, and we're gonna react to it, and we're gonna talk about it there. So I'll do all my commitments with IGN first. When that's done, I don't know if it'll be here on Twitch or whatever. I will probably then jump in and do reactions directly with Danny and Pete, so I can get their point of view on it as well, and we'll talk about the whole thing. Then, when all that is done, I'm going to record my own private, personal thoughts on Night City, where I'll probably watch it like 2 or 3 times again, and then I'm going to sit down and record. I might do it live. I might just do it pre-recorded, but that'll be here on this channel. So that's kind of the plan of the way I'm looking at the 25th going on what I'll do. So basically, pre-show, I'll watch Night City Wire. Post-show, IGN. GTR reaction. Then I'll do my own reaction here on YouTube. So 5 different things that I'll be participating in. It'll be Cyberpunk related on the 25th. So hope that makes sense. All right. I hear Rick and Morty will somehow be integrated. That'd be crazy. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and get out of here. It looks like some people are taking off already anyway. So again, thank you all for hanging out. It's a lot of fun. This has been a crazy day. Just all the support I've been getting on Twitter has been amazing. And yeah, man, Night City Wire next week. I'll be on IGN. I hope you guys can go check it out. And it should be a lot of fun. So till next time, I will see you guys later.